Greetings, Father Joe here, your friendly neighborhood pastor, coming to you from St. Patrick's Church in lovely Highland Mills, New York. Today is Friday of the 23rd week in Ordinary Time, and we have the beginning of St. Paul's letter to Timothy, and we continue in Luke's Gospel, chapter 6, the Sermon on the Plain. I've been thinking with St. Paul's introduction. He says who he is, that he's apostle. He's got this mission or mission from Jesus. But then he says, all right, he says, I'm grateful to him who has strengthened me, Christ Jesus the Lord, because he found me trustworthy in appointing me to the ministry. All right. So St. Paul is saying that he has this ministry, but it's from Jesus. And just to make sure that there's no confusion, St. Paul continues. He says, I was once a blasphemer and a persecutor and an arrogant man, but I have been treated mercifully because I acted out of ignorance and in my unbelief. In this wonderful series, it's a free series called The Chosen. It's about Jesus and his apostles, and the writer has taken a little bit of liberty. He's filling in details, basically. He's not saying anything that's against the Bible, but he is filling in some details. And one of the things they do is they show Peter before Jesus. And Peter he's working hard. He's trying to do his best. He's trying to live in a very difficult situation with the Romans over them. And the thing he keeps saying is, I got this. Don't worry, I got this. Don't worry, I got this. And every time he tries to do something, it just gets worse. And so it's rather clear that St. Peter doesn't got this. And so St. Paul would say, I've got this. In other words, I've got this ministry. God has given me this grace. He's given me an abundance of grace. So St. Paul could say, yes, I've got this, but not in and of itself. He's got this because Jesus has him. And I think that's important for all of us to remember. If if God is saying, I can forgive you, and I say, don't worry, I got this, or God is saying, I have a plan for your life to help you to get to heaven, and I say, don't worry, I got this, it's not going to turn out too well. We can see in our gospel what happens when we do this. Jesus gives them a parable, and he says, can a blind person lead a blind person? Remove the plank from your own eye before you try to remove the splinter from your neighbor's. If I think that I've got this, then I am going to miss the plank in my own eye, and I am going to just focus on a splinter in somebody else's. One of the things that reminds me of this, and I would say for everybody, I go to confession every week. As a priest, I need to be aware of my, the plank in my own eye. I need to know that I cannot do this by myself. And I strongly recommend it. If you don't go to confession on a regular basis, think about it. Your regular might be one month, or it might even be 2 months. I don't recommend going out much further than that, because if I'm used to going to confession, let's say every 2 months or every 3 months, and I miss, well, then now it's 6 months. And it's not terribly good for our introspection to be waiting that long, or to wait for God's forgiveness and his love and his mercy. Just a good reminder that, I don't got this. Unless Jesus has got me. And if Jesus has me and I'm living in him, then yes, I will be able to do what he wants. Not necessarily what I want, but what he wants. and that will give me true peace and true happiness. God bless you.